I'm not just making one of Unown, I am making all 28 of its versions. Hey, what's going on guys? Mitch Austin here from Austin's Workshop, and in today's video I am making Unown from Pokemon. I'm not just making one of Unown, I am making all 28 of its versions. I should make it more clear. There's not different versions of Unown, even though there's 28 different looking Unowns. They're actually known as the one form. That's how they call it. They essentially look like the 26 letters of the alphabet, and two of them look like an exclamation point and a question mark. Unown come from another dimension in the Pokemon world, so they'll venture over from their dimension into the Pokemon world every once in a while, and they'll cling to walls, and ancient people believed that they were essentially they used as lettering. You'd see in ancient walls, they kind of look like hieroglyphics and used as lettering for words and such like that. For this project, I decided to make all 28 of them little mini versions, as well as I'm making two life-size versions of Unown, and I decided to go with Unown that looks like A and Unown that looks like W, obviously for Austin's Workshop. So Unown stands at 1 foot 8 inches tall. My printer is unfortunately just shy of that, so I had to slice them essentially in half so that way they would fit on my printers. I'm printing them in PLA. Afterwards I'm going to paint them. We're gonna see what we can do with this project, but let's get to printing and let's have some fun. Alright, so it's been a couple days and I've printed all of my Unowns. I printed about 8 of them per printer, so they took just over a day to print all of them. I tried fitting all of them onto one print in a much smaller sense, but it just took a long time for the software to load up the process, so I had to make smaller batches, and which was able to allow me to make them bigger. So I'm going to show you all of the Unowns. These aren't in alphabetical order because I have them scattered all over my workbench right now. But hopefully I can identify all of them, because some of the Unowns are very easily to tell which letter they're based off of, but some of them can be a little tricky. First up, we have Unown Y, Unown Z, E, L, N, F, exclamation point, kind of obvious. Unown T, a little obvious as well. Unown, I think this is P. Unown A, another obvious one. Question mark. M. Unown B, I believe this one is G. Unown D, W. This one always throws me off, but I think this is Unown Q. S. Unown U. C, H, O, I believe this one is V, Unown V, another easy one, J, R, X, K, and finally, Unown I. I think I named them all right the first time around. Like I said, some of them can be a little tricky to tell because some of them don't look a lot like the letters at all, but some look very similar to the Unowns. So now what I have to do with these models before I start painting them. So like I said before, some of them I had a little trouble reprinting. So like for this one, for instance, where they were stuck in between little slots like this, I stood them upright like this, so the build plate's here, and they printed upright. So in places like this where I had to print supports, in some cases I had to reprint some of them because I ended up actually snapping the Unown itself, because this is essentially hollow and the wall is only 1.2 millimeters thick, so they can be a little fragile if aggravated, I guess is the right word. So I had to actually reprint a few of these, and the ones that I did reprint, like this one for instance, I just was able to lay it flat because there was not a whole lot I had to reprint, so I was able to just lay them flat, and so there's not as much supports. There's just these little itty bitty supports around the edges there that I just have to rip off, and it's a lot easier to just peel all that off. So now I got to go around and find all of the unknowns that I have to remove supports like this, and then my next step is to paint them. Like I said also earlier, I am also printing 2 life-size unknowns, and to show you in the smaller scale, I'm printing unknown W and printing unknown A. So unknown W is currently on the printer right now printing. That's going to take about just over 2 days to print unknown W because there's a little bit more to him than unknown A. And unknown A I was able to print off in a little over a day. So to give you a comparison, this is a few inches tall. I'll get a measurement. So this little model here is right around about 5.5 inches tall. That's the model. The real one is 1 foot 8 inches tall. So here's the size comparison to the 2 of these. So, like obviously you can see here, I printed them separately. These both fit on the build plate perfectly. There was a little bit of warping with this top part here. So the next thing I got to do is I'm going to super glue them together. I'm going to take my 3D pen and I'm going to fill in the gaps here, then do a little sanding to try and smooth out the crack around here, and then I'm going to paint the unknown. That's where I'm at now. I'll do an update on W as it's printing. I got to get better at updating for you guys. I forget to film a whole lot, so I feel like you guys don't get to see the process of printing and most of the stuff. So I'm gonna try and film better for you guys so you can see how everything goes on printers, fails, and stuff like that. But so let's keep working. All right, so I made a little hiccup with unknown W. I knew I didn't have enough filament to finish unknown W, and I was hoping to catch it before it needed a change, but obviously there wasn't. So I got to restart unknown W again. Hopefully I can finish it by the time I want to upload this video. But I wanted to show you, like, this is what the inside, pretty much what unknown A looks like. Very thin walls, not a lot of infill, because I wanted to make it as light as possible. It wasn't going to be anything durable for anything, but so I have to now stop the print, restart it, and hopefully I have enough filament somewhere where I can print it, so hopefully we can get it done. Alright, so I was hoping to do some spray painting today. The weather was not agreeing with me. It's been a little rainy, so I couldn't go outside to do some spray painting. But I do have these, they're kind of like paint pens. They have sponges on the tips. I've used these for like little detailing and stuff before. Never really to paint a full project. But I think I'll give them a shot, see how they turn out. And then when the weather's better sometime this week, I'm going to, I could go out and paint these a lot faster. But like I said, so we're gonna do some painting, hopefully, if these pens works. We'll see how these turn out. We'll do a little time lapse of me working on them. Yeah, so let's get to painting. Okay, so the pens aren't as working as well as I hoped. The blue one I think is almost dried out. I'm barely getting anything out of it. Black was working great, and obviously white, the red bleeds through there. So I think I'm just gonna wait for better weather. One thing I think I will try doing that I've never done before in my 3D projects, but it's a common method that a lot of 3D printers do, is use filler primer, spray paint like substance. It's basically used to fill up like incorrections and stuff, and to kind of helps get rid of your layer line. So you spray that all over your print. You sand it down, and then you can go ahead and then start painting whatever colors you want. Kind of gives like a good base tone usually. Like I said, I've never tried it before. I've seen a lot of 3D printers do it before, and then the projects come out looking fantastic. So I think that's going to be my method, because this is not looking too hot. So we'll see. We'll see if we have some better weather, and hopefully we can paint these very shortly. Well, I still can do some work. I'm gonna get Unown A all glued together and start using my 3D pen to patch up some of the work here. So let's get something accomplished.
One eternity later.
Alright, so now we have all 28 Unown minis all painted and printed, and they all are looking pretty good. So now I'm going to focus on getting Unown W put together. He came off the print, well, not off the print, he finished printing, so now it's time to peel him off and get him put together.
Years later.
Alright, so now it's all welded together and it looks pretty good, and just a size comparison, it should be roughly the same size, because I believe all the Unowns are 1 foot 8 inches tall, so these are about the same size that came out, but these are looking great. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take Unown A, and I'm going to add this. It's called Liquitex modeling paste. I've seen some 3D printers use this before. Basically what it is just like a little paste that you put on some of your imperfections or cracks. So like on the back here where there's kind of roughness, maybe some holes and stuff like that. I'm gonna try a paintbrush. I've seen people use their hands or whatnot, and I'm just going to go over this and try to fill in any of the holes and such. And then once it dries, then I can sand it over. This is sandable stuff. Shouldn't be anything hazardous. But yeah, once I do that, then I'll probably sand the areas again, maybe do another coat of priming, and then we'll do the actual painting of the actual colors for Unown, and we'll end up doing the same process with Unown W. I probably won't film that stuff, but just so that way you can see what I'm doing on one of them, this will be the same thing I'm doing on the other. So let's get to pasting. Alright guys, we're here, the final looks of Unown A and Unown W. These guys came out pretty well. I had a lot of fun making these guys. If you guys want to see more life-size Unowns, if this video gets, I'll say 1,000 likes, I'll do the entire alphabet. I'll do shorts on all of the rest of the Unowns. So if you guys want to see that happen, be sure to hit the like button. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys want to see more videos like this, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload a new video. If you guys want to follow me on social media, I have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All links are in the description below. If you guys have other ideas for projects you'd like to see on my channel, be sure to comment below what project you'd like to see me make. I do check all of my comments on videos to get ideas for you guys. And remember guys, if you have a crazy idea for something and a crazy way to make it happen, don't let people tell you your ideas are stupid if they work. I'll see you guys next time.